The last heat wave we had, it was like, yeah, it was just everyone was caught with their pants down.
Last month's heat dome in BC was deadly, killing hundreds of people, many of whom were seniors. This week, we're headed towards another stretch of above average temperatures. And in Vancouver, the city is preparing to protect those who are more vulnerable, keeping in mind the loss of life we saw in June. The BC Coroner's Service estimates that out of the 815 people who died during the record-breaking heat wave last month, 583 were likely a result of extreme temperatures. Trey Helton with the Overdose Prevention Society says last month's heat wave was especially difficult in the downtown east side, where many are homeless or precariously housed.
We saw a lot of really bad heat stroke situations combined with overdoses that made it more complicated. BC Ambulance Services was already like overworked and overrun, so it was a tough situation.
Clearly, I think we've all learned a lot from this most recent extreme heat event with the heat dome.
The City of Vancouver says staff are preparing to deploy the city's heat response plan if heat warnings or extreme heat alerts are issued this week, which they say includes additional measures on top of what's already available in the summer. That includes monitoring outdoor spaces for people suffering heat-related illness and more.
What the city, my understanding is that we will be activating more cooling spaces, including pet-friendly cooling spaces and overnight cooling spaces. We've been stockpiling bottled water, excuse me, and we'll be making our misting stations and water stations more readily available.
The city also says this weekend's forecast doesn't meet Environment Canada's threshold for triggering a heat warning or Vancouver Coastal Health's threshold for an extreme heat alert. City News meteorologist Michael Coos says we'll start seeing the hotter temperatures from Thursday to Saturday across Metro Vancouver.
We're not going to have temperatures quite as dramatic on the high side or the low side as that unprecedented record heat from late June, early July for a lot of spots, but it is going to be warmer than average. And that's a huge part of the story, the overnight lows. When the overnight lows are in the upper teens and only for an hour or two, a couple of hours in the morning, it's just not enough to let alone cool off your place, more importantly, cool off your core temperature.
Coos adds we'll start to see these above average temperatures begin to cool down starting on Sunday. In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.